Alright, welcome to Ring Toward Boxing. Just wanted to take time to discuss why, if it is made, this could be the best time for Anthony Joshua to fight Tyson Fury. First off, we obviously know that Joshua's confidence is at an absolute all-time low after his second user loss. But so, it seems, is his care for how he's perceived by the public, which means he has got absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. He's like a dog who's been backed into a corner, and the only way to get out of the situation is to go forward through the thing that's in his way. And in this fight, that would of course be Tyson Fury. And now, in Joshua's situation, he has absolutely no pressure of losing future fights or hindering future TV deals. Because even in the Usyk fight, both the first and the second, he just signed the new lifetime deal with Matchroom, wanted to make a good impression. And with the second Usyk fight, just signed the deal with his own, he would have wanted to make a good impression. Especially since he did have say in the, or at least some kind of stock in the DAZN company as well. So he has absolutely no pressure, and along with that, he has a much less restraint on what he can say, how he should act, if indeed he wasn't being his full self, which did seem like that and has always been theorised that that's the case. So it means in the press conference where Fury is very, very effective against all his opponents, Joshua can have a different frame of mind and come out with a different outset, which possibly could throw Fury off his, because he's expecting a certain type of Joshua, how it's been perceived throughout the years, and it is a very slight chance, but anything Joshua can use is going to be a positive. He could use it to throw Fury off just a little bit. And it also is that the weight of the world for this fight is going to be on Tyson Fury. Fury all this time said Joshua's nothing, he's just a bodybuilder, and that the undisputed fight is after this fight. So everything is on Tyson Fury, which I do think he will handle well, but Joshua can use that to his advantage, because you could argue Joshua's performances become a little bit more rigid, and he became a little bit more worried about engaging even before the Ruiz loss, after the Klitschko fight, where there was a lot more eyes on him, a lot more pressure on him, and he just seemed to be a little bit more anxious after that fight. And also, the opportunity for this fight, I would say he shouldn't take this fight, in a sense. But if you've just come off 2 losses, lost all your titles, and then the biggest fight in your career, possibly ever, more than likely ever, is offered to you on a silver platter with a title on there as well, against an opponent you've always wanted to fight, and that is all the public has always wanted to see you fight. You cannot turn that down. And he knows Tyson Fury has always been a little bit envious of Joshua. Tyson went over, beat Klitschko on his backyard, done brilliant, didn't get even a tenth as much praise and limelight as Joshua did when he beat Klitschko in Wembley. So I think Joshua can use that element against Fury, just keep playing on it, saying how Fury wants to be like Joshua, etc. He's got to impose himself at the press conference as if he's the man, and try and just get Fury off his course. And so Joshua can use all them elements, put them together, and he must be thinking, you know what, this is the best way to go. It's going to be my biggest payday for at least a few years. It's going to be my first chance at a title for at least a year, 2 years maybe. Plus, if Fury did just go straight into fight Usyk, and then probably both of them retired afterwards, that or the rematch, even if Joshua came back and beat 20 people, 20 top contenders, but he didn't beat Fury or Usyk, that would always be on his legacy, and it'd probably always be in his mind that he didn't. So even just getting that one chance to fight Fury when you're seemingly at your lowest with the least to lose, so you don't have the bit between your teeth to really prove yourself in London, it is by far the best time for Joshua to fight Fury, where he hasn't got any belts to potentially lose, but where Fury has everything to lose. Fury is on top of the world now. Joshua can be the one to knock him off his perch.